We welcome you to Saturday Night Live, PBA style, sold-out crowd at historic Royal Pin Woodland for the Go Bowling PBA Indianapolis Open, where a $1 million payday is in play. The fairy tale story of Tom Smallwood reemerges tonight. We have two going for their first career titles. And Jasper Svensson, the #1 seed, brings his hard-hitting style to Indy, looking for his first win in years. We're going to begin tonight with unemployed auto worker turned PBA pro Tom Smallwood versus Nick Pate, who goes for his first title. Anthony Simonsen looking for his first title of the season. Houston native Sean Maldonado also looking for his first career title. And Svensson, the Iceman, sits as your #1 seed. We welcome you to the 7th event of this season's PBA Tour. Once again, Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson here with you. All right, NFL Combine was in Indy this week. So the GMs, the head coaches, all the scouts, what are they looking for? They're looking for precision. They're looking for speed. They're looking for athleticism. They're looking for power. Yeah. If they were watching Jasper Svensson this week, they'd be saying to themselves, we may have just found our #1 pick.
Yeah, he would definitely be a franchise player, wouldn't he? First off, he has the strongest, most devastating strike ball on tour. And many of the players and tour consultants out here feel that when he's on a favorable oil pattern, that he strikes more than anybody on tour, including Jason Belmonte. Well, guess what, Rob? Tonight, he loves these two oil patterns. He's the only southpaw on the telecast, and he's got the entire left side of the lane to himself.
You and I have been exchanging conversations with some of the consultants the last couple hours. One just hit me up about 3 minutes ago and said, what?
Well, it's the most conversation that I've heard about the $1 million, but so many feel that if the $1 million were to be won, Jasper Svensson has the best chance of winning it tonight.
Tonight could be the night for that $1 million payday. And the Iceman standing by live with our Kimberly Presley.
Thanks, Rob. So, Jasper, there's been a whole lot of talk about all the striking that you've been doing this week, but you told me tonight that you were destined to bowl for this title. Why is that?
I had one bad game in qualifying when I kind of fried out a little bit, and my bowler said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "Guys, I'm supposed to bowl for this title. I feel comfortable, and I know that I should be able to be here." And somehow I got here, and still 10 more frames to go, so I hope I can go to work.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to see you in the final match, guys.
Kimberly, thank you. Our field size, it started at 120. We're down to 5.
14 games of qualifying, and then the field was cut to the top 16 games of round-robin match play. The top 5 advanced.
Close to 3,000 games were rolled this week here in Indianapolis just to get here to primetime Saturday night live on FS1, the Go Bowling PBA Indianapolis Open. Time to meet our first two competitors.
The #5 seed has 3 PBA Tour titles, including a World Championship. From Saginaw, Michigan, Tom Smallwood.
Impossible to root against Tom Smallwood. Not only is he just one of the nicest guys that you'll ever meet, particularly here on the tour, what he's been able to overcome in his life, laid off at General Motors, had a long talk with his wife, said, I'd like to try to join the PBA Tour. Well, she gave him a short little leash to try and make it, right? He qualified for the 2009-2010 Tour. It starts today off with a strike. He took his game up to Wichita just months after joining the tour. You and I were there for the call, winning the PBA World Championship. We'll flash back to that one in a moment. Great start for Smallwood. Here's his competitor.
The #4 seed is looking for his first career title, and he's making his first TV Finals appearance.
That is Nick.
From Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota, Nicholas Pate.
Inver Grove Heights, suburb of St. Paul. Only one of our 4 finalists, Randy, this week to drop a 300 game Reminder, a $1 million bonus lurking out there if somebody is perfect in our championship match later tonight.
Pretty good shot for the first timer there, Rob. You want to take a look at the oil pattern?
I would love to, my friend.
All right, let's take through it. It's the dual oil pattern once again. The Marshall Holman, 37 feet on the right. Mark Roth, 42 feet on the left. On the right lane, the players are going to try to throw it to the 1-2 board down lane. And on the left lane, they're going to play straighter but deeper. And look for the bowling balls to start transitioning and making their moves where the blue circles are down lane.
Speaking of Roth-Holman, the Roth-Holman double show next weekend on FS1. Pate, his effort in the second.
Helicopter messenger come across and missed the 10, but interesting to watch Nick Pate in his first ever telecast. He's using urethane on the right lane, Rob, and reactive resin on the left. And you can see the difference in ball reaction immediately, especially in the last third of the lane. Rob, 95% of the time, the 10 pin is made every time.
So strike spare to start for Pate in his first ever televised appearance. That's a heck of a start.
Yeah, not bad. Both shots hitting the pocket. It's a good way to start. This guy's been here before. Rack attack solid.
He's been here before, but boy, it feels like forever since we've seen him. Double wood in the second. Actually, his best finish last season was fourth.
Coming in light, leaving the 2-8. And the object when shooting the 2-8 is to try to cover both pins with the bowling ball.
Quite a story on how Smallwood even got here tonight. More on that as he attacks the 2-8.
Pretty good story.
Throws that one in, remains clean. Timeout for our Flow Bowling tournament highlights. And Tom, well, used a dominating final game in match play to make the show. He started this match in 10th place.
Yeah, and then he started this last 30th and final game with the front 10. So he had 10 in a row, leaves a pocket 7-10. Didn't know if he made it or not. His tour consultant said, oh, you made it by a ton.
Shot a 287. It was almost kind of a perfect storm because all the other guys that he had to leapfrog, and there were some big names, O'Neill, Belmonte.
Oh, yeah.
They all really struggled. And Smallwood was dialed in. It's fortunate just to leave one pin.
So you can hear that bowling ball rolling over the thumb hole, and it's because Tom Smallwood has a unique release, and his ball rotation is actually what we call a full roller. So it's covering the full circumference of the bowling ball. Whereas typically your roll, or what you're covering on the ball is called a three-quarter roll, where the track is to the left of the fingers and thumb for a right-hander. He actually is left of the fingers. The track starts to clip the thumb hole, and then it flares off of the thumb hole and ends up between the thumb and fingers.
Here's the arsenal for Nick Pate in his first ever televised show. Dirty 10 pin. Mental toughness. That one thing he's really been working at lately. Spare conversions under the lights in prime time. That'll test your mental toughness.
Yeah, well, he's basically said that's what's turned his young career around.
He's a three-time Team USA member, 2017, 19, and here in 20. Well, team look from the 2017 group. Got Marshall Kent up there, top right. I think saw Sean Rash there as well. medalist at the Pan Am Games last year. His best PBA Tour finish, 3rd at the 2018 PBA Extra Frame in Lubbock. That was a non-televised event, though. Does already have 1 win over Smallwood this week. We're even through 3. Back on the strike train.
I love what he told us last night when he was talking about his mental toughness, and he said, my tour rep, Tim Mack, said I was a maniac.
I'm a maniac, maniac. I'm sorry, go ahead. I went on a tangent.
No, that's it, man. He said I was a maniac, and I had to start processing differently.
Had to take a look at him. I got to calm myself down. He admitted he was mean. He was mean to his reps.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever met anyone from Minnesota who's mean?
No.
Right? What an outlier. Smallwood, your 5 seed, right of target. He's got some early issues.
He's got a ball that's not even hooking down lane.
So what does he do?
He's got to get out of that ball and find something that'll react.
It never hooked.
It never hooked.
Overhooked.
And there's the full roller rotation, but that ball never turned over.
Start over. Did you just say start over?
That's what he said.
Yeah. Again, mental warfare on the lanes. 1, 2, 8, 10. Get it! Yeah, Tommy!
I'm wondering if the urethane that Pete is throwing on that right lane is affecting Tom Smallwood, but this is a beautiful conversion. Slung the 1 right into the 10.
Let's see what he does with that momentum. Down 4. We begin the 5th. Left the 8.
It's just done.
Well, you heard him say that ball's just done. Obviously, it looked good in practice, but not anymore. Its time has come and gone. Time to get out of that ball, Tommy.
And he's got a commercial break to think about it coming up. Spare shooting has been on point.
Well, it usually is at this level, or if you want to get to this level, it better be. But he's doing Nick Pate a big favor right now and not putting any pressure on the first-timer to television.
Smallwood started with a strike. Since then, spare, 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 spare. Pate trying to make this a double here in the 5th. Nasty little 10-pin. Get in your home.
Oh, the slow-rolling messenger. He never quit on it, never turned his back on it. Look at this. As long as it goes down before the sweep hits, or before the rack hits it, it's good. Pin setter comes down, misses the 10-pin, and that's a big double.
Everything going Pate's way early. Former collegiate bowler at Midland University. 2nd week in a row, we've got somebody from Midland University on the show. Go ball! Harry Crowell joined us last week. Did a pin just jump over those two?
It looked like it went right between the two. And by the looks of Strike Track, that looked like a pretty good shot there location-wise.
That's the head pin, yeah.
Right between
flying
it.
by him.
Got to be careful with this one. The 4-8 is very choppable, meaning you can pick the 4 right off of this without hitting the 8-pin.
Nice cover. Well, Nick Pate is not the only pro bowler in the family, and a 3rd is about to join the south of us here at Royal Pin Woodland, and now it's the Go Bowling PBA Indianapolis Open, and Tom Smallwood, the veteran, in an early hole here. It hasn't struck Randy since the 1st.
Well, I look for him to make a ball change, and that's exactly what he's going to do right here. By the way, I have a combine story, real quick one for you.
ball change.
Oh, man. But at least it was a better motion down lane. That ball actually curved. Now, bad break, the ball going right by the 9-pin. But at least that gives him some hope. He makes the ball change, throws a good shot, and then this ball actually curves. Or, as some folks like to call it, hook.
Your combine story?
Did you see about the 369-pound lineman that ran like a 5.140? That's incredible.
Yeah. Speaking of incredible, how about what Tom Smallwood did at the 2009 PBA World Championship in Wichita, Kansas? The guy had essentially just been laid off months ago.
Yeah.
Becomes a pro. And Tom, he just did the dirty work. Kept churning it out. You and I were there, and that was one of the more emotional events we've ever been a part of. There's Nick Pate. He leaves the 10-pin. I'm sorry, that was Smallwood. So now it's Smallwood trying to clean this one up for his 6th straight spare. Spares don't get you the paychecks. You need some strikes.
Especially when you're trailing. Can't make up ground with spares. You got to do stringing strikes.
And he's made it awfully easy for Nick Pate in his televised debut. Take a look at our score.
I also want to explain the plus minus. Check out that number right there. Plus minus is an accurate description of the score of the frame that the bowler is in. Max score and plus minus could be different depending on whether or not the player is on a strike.
And Nick's got a good support cast in town for this one, doesn't he, Kimberly?
He sure does. So Nick Pate's sister, Lauren Pate, who's also a professional bowler, made the 9-hour trip with her mom, dad, and brother Josh for Nick's first ever TV final appearance. Lauren and Nick actually intend to bowl together at the Striking Against Breast Cancer mixed doubles in July on the PBA Tour. But today, she's here to cheer her brother on.
We mentioned that another pro bowler about to join the family. Lauren engaged. Someone who's on the tour right now. Way right of target.
Look at how far right that ball is compared to where he's been. It's a good 4.5 to the right of target. You want to cover all 3 pins with the bowling ball, starting with just the left side of the head pin.
What a pickup.
Or that way.
There's Lauren engaged to Matt Russo, who's on the tour. Mom Debbie, Dad Michael here. Brother Josh. Josh and Lauren bowled collegiately as well. Smallwood down 50. He just has got to strike. That is nasty. That is no way to treat one of the best on the tour.
Well, he never really believed in his ball reaction. Changed to this. The last time up went solid 9, and then right through the nose for the Big Four. The Big Four it's only been made once on television, and that's by Walter Ray Williams Jr. The only player to ever make the Big Four on television.
String of spares ends at 6, an open frame in the 8th. This one is just being served up on a silver platter to Nick Pate.
Yeah. You know, whatever he had in practice and what he liked, he brought that one to the dance, and guess what? They stopped playing the music.
Or she had won a dance. I've been there before. back on the strike train. His first strike since the opening frame.
Well, it's not over. If Nick Pate opens in either the 9th or 10th frame, Smallwood can still win this game, believe it or not. His max score is still 196. Nick Pate, if he goes strike, spare strike in the 9th and 10th, they'll shoot 208. Clean through 8 and up 31.
Fifth strike for Pate. And he is now that close to moving on to our next match. Like he just asked for a re-rack.
He's got his wits about him for
Sure does.
for being on television for the first time ever. He's really staying in the moment. He's focused, making some good shots.
Trying to win his first tour title in his first televised appearance. Last time that happened, 2017. Richie Teese did it. So Pate off that re-rack. You see the 2 white slashes underneath the players' names right there. Well, Pate's got 1 re-rack left. Used 1. Tom's got both available should he need them. Strike and he'll move on. Go on! Next.
Very nice last couple of shots for Nick Pate. He's going to advance and take on Anthony Simonsen. He strikes out. It's going to be 228. I have to believe that it's going to take more than a 220 to beat Simonsen.
Agreed. That's a heck of a start for a guy making his debut under the lights of television here. How about that late kick of the 7? So Nick Pate, the Minnesota native, moves on. Tom Smallwood is done. Coming up next, Player of the Year candidate Anthony Simonsen. Plus, we're going to be joined live by the Hall of Famer Mike Albee.
Introducing Infusion.
For his 23rd title and record 12th major. The big news, though, is he put on the green jacket. It made him only the 2nd bowler in history to capture the Super Slam, winning all 5 majors. Who does he join? Yeah, the Hall of Famer Mike Albee, who's standing by live with Kimberly.
Thanks, Rob. So, Mike, what's it like to finally have someone in the Super Slam Club with you?
Well, it's exciting. I mean, I had a great time watching it last week, and brings back a lot of great memories for me as well.
Well, you are one of the all-time greats of all time. So what are your thoughts on Jason Belmonte?
Well, I mean, forget the power, the accuracy, and all that. What I find the most exciting as far as being somebody in the industry is the fact that Jason is passionate not only about the sport and the game, but the people in it. And just by watching the way he interacts with the fans and the sponsors, and that's what moves me the most. And he's a great guy.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're very excited to have you here tonight.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks.
Talking about great guys, that Mike Albee's one right there.
And he was just talking about Belmo, who sits on top of our PBA playoff points list right now. The top 8, Randy, get a bye in the first round. The top 24, once the USBC Masters is done, advances to the PBA playoffs, which begins April 6th. Jasper Svensson, our #1 seed tonight. There he is currently in 12th. That obviously can improve. The big nasty Wes Malott on the north end of the yellow line, but Sean Maldonado still the bowl tonight, currently sitting in 25th. He can easily leapfrog Wes and company with the win. And again, the playoffs begin. Bowling PBA Indianapolis Open, and the on-lane graphics you're seeing in tonight's show, including the on-lane ball tracer, brought to you courtesy of Clutch Bowling. Love that FS1 PBA logo down the right lane. So sharp, we update our stepladder bracket, and Nick Pate a commanding 63-pin victory over Tom Smallwood. Smallwood, 2 strikes, 2 open frames. Meanwhile, Pate 8 strikes, including the final 4. He is now ready for match number 2.
The number 3 seed has 7 PBA Tour titles from Little Elm, Texas, Anthony Simonsen.
No U.S. Open hangover for Simonsen, coming off a brutal loss last week to Belmo. Maybe it's because of the affinity he has for this bowling center. Remember, in 2016, he won the Masters here, making him the youngest to ever do so.
You're going to see him next Sunday as well.
Yeah.
In the doubles show. So nice little run here for Anthony Simonsen. I tell you what, a win tonight, and he is right amongst the top 2, maybe 3 in the Player of the Year conversation. That is not how you start. Oh, goodness.
That lane is really snug down lane, you know, where the ball comes off the end of the old pattern at 42 feet, and you think it's going to start going left, and then it just keeps going straight. Exactly what happened on this shot. Backup ball action at that 210. He's really good at throwing it in that direction.
We have seen that backup ball approach from him in the past.
So what is a backup ball? Well, that's where you make the ball curve in the opposite direction. So that would be actually the direction a left-hander would rotate the bowling ball in.
So he starts with an open frame, and once again, a nice, calm, easy segue into the match for Nick Pate. Pate takes advantage. He started off his opening match against Smallwood with the strike. He replicates that against your 3 seed Simonsen.
Staying with the urethane on the right lane, kicks the 10 late. I'd like to take a quick second to wish my daughter Savannah a happy 24th birthday, leap year baby.
I was just thinking about when you and I first met, that road trip we did, Six Flags, one of those Six Flags ventures.
Yes.
She was in there singing some songs from bands I had never heard of.
Yep.
They grow up fast, Randy.
Yes, they do.
No helicopter messenger there for Pate in the second.
Well, he's made a ball change, Rob, on this lane. He's actually gone to a stronger bowling ball, and with
when
good
you say stronger, what do you mean?
Bigger engine, stronger cover stock. So the core, the inside part of the ball, is much stronger, makes the ball roll sooner. So we're trying to create more traction. And for good reason. That left lane looks pretty slick. Right? So if you're driving on pretty good road, you can pretty much do that with any tire. You get on snow and ice, you better have some snow chains.
Roger that. Snow chains now applied on the left lane.
That's exactly what he's using over there.
Which means it's going to chew it up for Simonsen.
Well, he's going to try to break down the lane so this ball can actually start curving. Check out the track there on the right lane that's already broken down right here.
Right, you've got to the 10-pin. So Simonsen, 8 spare, rather open frame 8, 9 spare to begin here. So we take a look at his arsenal.
IQ Emerald on the left lane, pitch black on the right lane. Let's see how long he stays in this ball. Yeah, much straighter that time, but it doesn't hit hard enough. I wonder if he gives that ball another look or another chance on the left lane.
Would you?
I think I might get out of it. I'd go to something stronger like Nick Pate did.
Oh, boy. Oh, you went to H&M and bought the skinny jeans.
Well, an open in the first frame is something you can overcome, but 2 opens in the first 3 frames could be disastrous, and just caught enough of the 10-pin.
Kept the price tag on those skinny jeans. Going to return those tomorrow. You only want to wear them once.
I know you've got skinny jeans back in SoCal. I know you do.
You know who's got skinny jeans?
Pate with the strike.
Who?
My boy Stu Holden, who's live right now over on Fox Sports, calling the MLS season opener. First ever game for Nashville taking on Atlanta. I've got it up on the Fox Sports Go app right now. I mean, what a night for sports here on Fox and FS1, and tomorrow XFL here on FS1 as well. Why go anywhere else? Just bunker down.
Just get more TVs.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do. Pate up 13, can max out with a 280. We begin the 4th.
Bartender.
Yes?
Make it a double.
You know, sometimes you catch me a little off guard, and
That's the idea.
it's not often that I'm rendered speechless, but you have that power over me.
Simonson's got some power to his game, but he needs a strike. Open frame, spare.
Here he is in the 4th. Simon, yeah, get him on the drop. Well, that look says
Bigger ball.
a lot of things to you, Randy.
He just looked over to Sturette and said, I'm going with a bigger ball on the left lane, but trip 4 is your best friend for a right-hander. Look at that. Exactly what he needs to get it going.
Look how quick those eyes darted
right.
and the smirk popped up.
Such a good kid, just 23 years old.
Let's make a good guess.
And this is his 7th year already on the tour. 7 tour titles, 2 of them majors.
So he's going to a UFO on the left lane, which is snow chains.
Oh, no chains, take you home.
Yeah, that one's digging in on the left lane.
They may have to replace the wood when this one is done.
Yeah, this is like a little snow plowing going on. But at least finally the ball grabbed the lane. And more importantly, he answers Nick Pate's double and gives Nick something to think about.
But here is Pate. Looking for 3 in a row in his TV Finals debut.
Three-bagger for Pate, the lead at 23.
Really impressed by this debut effort under the lights by the Inver Grove Heights native from Minnesota. Grew up in the suburbs of St. Paul. His family yesterday started that 9-hour trek to get here for the Go Bowling PBA Indianapolis Open.
I mean, that's family. Only family does that. Look out. Holy smokes. That came back from Kokomo.
Came back from Muncie, from West Lafayette, from Edwardsville.
Hey, coverage of the 2020 Go Bowling PBA Indianapolis Open. Coming your way from Royal Pin Woodland, one of the more revered venues in all of American bowling.
Oh, legendary. I mean, it's the only center that's ever hosted every major. Former Don Mitchell, or former owner Don Mitchell, longtime GM Jim Doty are both in the PBA Hall of Fame.
Anthony Simonson's career is heading for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
He needs some strikes right now. Messenger.
Check this out. Headpin comes sliding in the home. It takes the catcher out.
Give it a little hip check into the pit. So that's 3 in a row. Now Simonsen trying to match the 4 in a row that Pate has dropped. You know what we're sitting on, Randy, don't you?
Possible double ham bone.
Brooklyn ham bone, my favorite! There he is. You bring a good sign to the PBA show, we're getting you on television. Listen up, people. Bring it to Vegas. Bring it to Reno. Bring it to Norco. Bring it to Dallas. Bring it to Denver. Bring it to Jersey. You bring a good sign. What am I doing, Randy?
Getting you on.
Or putting it on television.
Yep. You get on the air.
You want to be on TV, bring a good sign. That is my pledge to you, bowling community. Nick Pate, Minnesota native, in the 7th.
Let's take a look at Nick's game from profile, as there is no backing down in him anytime soon. But let's see what makes him work and what makes it work so well for him. A little late with a push. Look at that elbow bending. But a shoulder-high backswing right here. We're used to seeing backswings that are a little bit higher. He's in great position right here. Look at the shoulders nice and open. And then look how steady the head is. You can put a plate of food right on top of that. And that always helps you keep the eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on your target. You might win something.
The straight stops at 5. What a run for Pate.
Now he's up by 22, as you see the plus minus, but the max score has changed, and that's because he just got 9, and Simonsen is working on a strike. Just a little bit high leaving the 4-pin.
Sister Lauren, mom, brother, dad watching.
Look out.
Whipped. Air ball on the 4-pin. Well. Simonsen steps up, looking for 5 in a row. This one airmailed.
Yeah, just lack of concentration is all that is. 4-pin, Nick and most every pro out here can make with their eyes closed. Simonsen now can pull this match to all even with a strike here in the 8th frame.
It's the first open frame from Pate tonight. Simonsen has been given an opening. Gotta be kidding me, 10-pin.
There's literally nothing you can do when they're that close together.
Simonsen out of re-racks, as you can see right there. And he said there's nothing you can do when they're that close together. And I think he's referring to the 1 and the 3-pin being a little tight, that pocket being a little tight. That ball looked perfect, and it was a ring 10. So right here, Simonsen out of re-racks.
Pate still has both. And those re-racks, essentially, timeouts. Give yourself a little break, something you don't see, or something you see that you don't like.
2 10-pins for Simonsen on that right lane, Rob, and he has to finish the match on that lane. The question now is, how does Pate rebound from
the open frame he just threw?
Yeah, the inexcusable whiff on the 4-pin.
We begin the 9th frame. Simonsen down 11. Again, leaves that 10-pin.
So you see the plus minus was 11. It's now 12 because he didn't strike. He got 9. So that increases the lead for Pate. And Simonsen with a spare will be trailing by 12 And he's going to need a little bit of help.
Jesus. Didn't like the landing spot of his foot. Still gets the spare. So Simonsen had an open frame in the first. Pate had an open frame in the 8th. Let's see how he bounces back. Up 12.
A mark in the 9th, a mark in the 10th. If he goes spare, strike, spare, or strike, spare, strike, he will shut out Simonsen. Week 10? Yep. It's okay, he doesn't lose count because of the open frame in the 8th. A spare, he'll still maintain a 12-pin lead going into the 10th. I really thought the scores would be higher, a lot higher, based on what we saw all week.
We haven't seen Jasper Svensson yet. That single pin spare taken care of. You saw his sister, a pro on the on the PWBA tour, watching.
It's a lot of letters. It's easy. The PBA is easy because it's only 3.
So apparently it just takes one extra letter to throw me off, right? Well, that W is tricky, Rob.
All right, 9 spare strike. Pate will lock out Simonsen. If he gets less than 9 on this ball, Simonsen still has a chance to win. We could even have a tie.
Why look for 9 when you can get all 10? Bigger is better. The Pate family. Oh, that drive is paying off today.
Well, that ball came ripping back and just split the rack in half.
So here's that mental toughness for Pate. Started kicking in back in September when he was in Sweden, of all places. Finished 7th at the Lucky Larson. Then made his first cut at the U.S. Open a couple of weeks ago. He considered that a huge accomplishment. And here he is. 1 win under his belt in his TV debut. This close to making it 2 wins.
Needs 9 and 2 balls.
A strike and he moves on. He left the 7-10.
He needs 1. He needs 1 of them. What a crazy hit that was. The player said there were a lot of 7-10s this week, but that's because they hit the pocket a lot. But that's a ring 10 with a 7-pin. Wow.
Remember, he had an open frame in the 8th, but he missed the 4-pin.
Yep.
Not the 7 or the 10. Got it. Oh, that is clutch.
Come on, man.
Woo! 2 wins for Pate.
The guys came down here tonight.
I love watching the intersection of those 2 sports. Reminds me of Jason Belmonte out on the track not too long ago, bowling a strike in a race car, right?
Chucking a ball out of a NASCAR, right?
How fun was that? And how fun has it been to watch Nick Pate tonight? A 227 and then a 226. He takes care of Smallwood and Simonsen. Now Pate moves on to your semifinal match number 3.
The number 2 seed is looking for his first PBA Tour title from Houston, Texas, Sean Maldonado.
The Candyman is back and making his 5th televised appearance. This 11-time regional champ has a unique 2-handed style, and today he looks to win on the big stage for the first time in his career.
He's a 33-year-old talent who won a remarkable 4 straight PBA Southwest regional events in 2016.
Yeah.
4 straight events. He'll sit And watch the 4 seed, Nick Pate, begin. Remember, Pate struck in the first in match 1, struck in the first in match 2. Here he is, beginning match 3.
Go!
You hear him say good 9, and he got that ball inside a target, and that ball just laid there. So the middle part of the lane is developed. There's a lot of oil in the middle and down lane, which gives the players a little bit more area. We talked about the majors last week and the two weeks prior, and how flat the oil pattern was and what that meant. So this is the exact opposite. In fact, all 5 players on the telecast today all averaged over 230 for the tournament.
Head on over to PBA.com to check out the new PBA Pro Bowling video game. It features the top pros, real equipment, authentic oil patterns, more than 100 tournaments and online play. It's now available for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and for your PC. The 2 seed, Maldonado from Houston, gets them all to drop.
Sean's never won a national event on the PBA Tour. Like you mentioned, he does have regional wins, but very unique two-handed style. Yeah, he actually does put his thumb in it, but still uses that two-handed style, and then he's infamous for that little hop at the end.
What does that hop do for him or against him?
It's his momentum that's pulling him in that direction. Oh, that was a good shot, and another one of your friends standing by.
Stupid 10-pin. So arrogant.
The audacity.
Nothing more I hate in a pin than arrogance, and that's all that 10-pin has.
The narcissistic audacity.
Me. Look at me. Knock down the other 9 and then just focus on me. The 10-pin. Me. Yeah, hit into the pit. Take that 10-pin. Sean starts with a strike and a spare. Pate steps up. 25 years old. Again, this is his first televised event from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota, just outside St. Paul. His mom, dad, sister, brother made the 9-hour commute to see Nick in action tonight here in Indianapolis.
Looking to become the first bowler to win a title in his first televised event since Richie Teese did it. I'm talking with Tim Mack, tour consultant for Nick Pate. I asked him what the strategy was going into the game against Maldonado, and he said he's going to stay with what he's doing. The urethane ball's working on the right lane because his speed is soft enough. And then obviously the real strong aggressive ball in the left lane.
Speaking of soft enough, did you get a load of what he does in his spare time as a job?
Who, Nick?
Yeah.
No.
Works at a massage therapy studio.
Where does it say that in his bio?
I do my work, my friend. I go deep in the bio. Like a deep tissue massage. Takes the kinks and the stress out of that.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's done a really nice job of managing his game. He had the one hiccup the last game where he whiffed on the 4-pin, but he's made some nice shots and really has managed both lanes. What did he say his key was? The mental
toughness.
Yeah, the mental toughness, the mental focus. Tim Mack called him a maniac. He said, man, I had to focus differently.
With the strike there, so he goes strike, spare, strike, and he's got a lot of fans, Kimberly, watching him back home in Houston right now.
He absolutely does. And Sean Maldonado's adorable 2.5-year-old daughter, Mia, was born with profound hearing loss in both ears. Now, when she was just 15 months old, she had surgery for cochlear implants, and a month later, in December of 2018, they were activated. And I'm happy to report that Mia is thriving and has now been hearing for just over a year.
Still has some work with a speech therapist, a profession my mom had, so great respect for those who take care of that, particularly when you're working with the young ones. Says she can hear just fine right now. She's catching up so quickly with her speech. One of her favorite words, it's not why. It's no.
No.
No. All different types of forms of no, right? Crossing the arms, shaking the head, the no. But it has been all yes for Maldonado so far. 3 strikes in his first 4 frames. Level with Pate. Pate looking for a turkey. 3 in a row now for Pate.
Really good touch on that right lane with the urethane ball for Nick. Getting that to read properly and face the 1-3 pocket the correct way. Remember the last match, Anthony Simonsen using urethane left a couple of ring and 10s on that lane. Nick doing an excellent job of managing both of these oil patterns.
He's been fantastic in stringing strikes together. The opening match, he had a double, closed with the 4-bagger. Last match, 5 in a row. Frames 3 through 7. Come on, get that 10 down. So that's going to end a string of 3 straight for him, and now he's got a real big challenge here in the 5th. 2, 4, 10.
Yeah, this ball doesn't get back, and looks like it was hydroplaning. 2, 4, 8, 10. The 8 goes last. He's going to try to get over here and slide and cut that 2-pin over into the 10, and the ball will take out the 4-pin. Well, this is how you draw it up, or at least that's how I did. And Nick must have been listening because he cut the 2 over in the 10 perfectly and avoids.
Let me take that back. Yes, had 5 top 10 finishes last year. This will be his first of this campaign.
Well, he's throwing a zing hybrid, and he just threw another zinger for a 4-bagger, or as a good friend of mine once called it, a ham bone.
I'm sorry, what? A ham
bone.
Ham bone? Strike 10 Entertainment. Jim Doty, the Hall of Famer and the GM here at Royal Pin Entertainment. This place, Randy, it is revered territory in the bowling world.
Yeah, it really is. You know, one of the other cool things about Woodland is when you win here, you get your PBA Champions banner hung up in Beer 30 Pub. Now, there's several banners down there. Weber's got 3, Mark Ross got 1, Ron Palumbi Jr.'s got 2. Mine's hanging up there, and it's been there since 1996.
I got to go look at that after this match.
You didn't see all the banners hanging up?
I missed it.
It is so cool. They've traveled throughout the bowling center, throughout all of the renovations that have happened in this center. They just keep moving. But I'll tell you what, they've kept beautiful care of all those banners. They really cherish them.
I love traditions like that in this sport.
It's awesome.
Pate working off the spare. Down 13.
That was me. That was me.
All right, so you heard him say it. That was me. That was me. Poor release. The ball hung. It didn't get back to the pocket. The good news is he only left a 2-pin. Could have been worse, Rob. Could have had company.
And with that one down, so 3 strikes, 3 spares for Pate. And everything is going to be the same. Why is it different?
Bowling balls are made differently.
I'm not talking balls. I'm talking the lane. I'm talking the lane.
Well, but keep in mind that the 2 oil patterns are 5 feet in length different, right? And so the players have to play each lane different.
And the lanes are built differently as well. There's different.
Well, the topography.
Exactly.
The topography and based on the installation, that changes as well, or can be different.
Right. Really nice cover.
Now, what I like about what Sean Maldonado is doing is he's using the same ball on both lanes, so his shape is very similar. Whereas Nick Pate's shape can't be anything close.
Right.
Because the 2 bowling balls he's using are worlds apart.
looking for 5 in a row, finding it.
Well, he's got a nice look.
Randy, you and I back here in Indy next Sunday, March 8th, noon Eastern, here on FS1. Roth Holman PBA Doubles Championship. Your 1 seeds, Troup, Jasper Svensson. We'll see you next Sunday, noon Eastern here. Svensson, the 1 seed next week for the doubles, the 1 seed tonight for the singles event. He will take on the winner of this one, Maldonado, starting to distance himself from Pate.
Maldonado is just shaping his bowling ball perfectly right now. Remember, he left a 10-pin in the second. Everything else has been strikes, Rob.
Maldonado sits, having just cracked open a 6-pack. Pressure on Pate. Straight spares, he needed that strike. Talked about the double show next Sunday here on FS1. Yeah, Marshall Holman here in attendance, watching this one.
One of the greatest ever, man. I used to love watching Marshall, and just one of the most beautiful power games ever. Here's the last shot Nick Pages threw on the right lane. That urethane ball is really struggling to get up the hill.
Pate's got 1 re-rack left. You see that white slash underneath his name. Down 38. We begin the foundation frame 9th.
Gets a little more air. A little loft there, Rob. Got his hand in it, lofted it a bit, and got the ball to Reed and faced the pocket perfectly. There you go.
So pair. Maldonado.
Oh my God.
Didn't like it. Oh, and he gets a big break.
Huge. Huge break. Look at the difference in that shot versus what he's been doing. A good 3 boards inside a target. That ball could have gotten 5 easily. Instead, he trips out the 7 and the 10, only leaving the 4-pin.
We've seen this shot missed tonight, but not here.
Hey, you know what? It's okay to get a break every now and then.
Absolutely. Again, Maldonado has never won on the tour.
Gotta let it go.
Big fan of Houston sports teams, including the Houston Astros. Randy's got some issues with the Astros. In fact, I thought you were going to throw a beanball at Maldonado last night.
Well, he needs a spare and good count. Spare and 5, and he's going to shut out Nick Pate, and he'll meet Jasper Svensson in the finals. But you're right. I'm still mad that his Astros cheated my Dodgers out of the World Series.
So gets the spare. Maldonado this close to taking on your 1 seed, Jasper Svensson.
It's enough.
That'll do it. Maldonado, the Candyman, moves on to the title match. Great run from Nick Pate. It'll come to a close here.
Thank you.
So your 1 seed, Jasper Svensson, yeah, really sweating out this title match. There he is at 9:12 Eastern.
That's the epitome of relaxation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, as my wife says, taking a ninny. Taking a little ninny.
Come on! Nice run by Nick. It's a good story. He'll be back.
Yeah, I'd like to see him back. Yep. Nick Pate, congratulations. It was the 39th career title for the PBA Hall of Fame. We got a little lift from Wes Malott after the win. Who will win it this year? Well, it's down to two. Jasper Svensson and Sean Maldonado, 1 versus 2. Our In the Pocket feature gives you a chance to get a closer look at the pros on the PBA Tour. And this week, the focus is on our #1 seed. The Iceman, Jasper Svensson, is in the pocket.
I think that I can do something that nobody else can do. I want to be competitive every time. I really want to make sure that I can make cuts, make match plays and stuff like that. When I'm comfortable and I have it, I can strike more than anybody in the world. And I haven't been scared of dreaming and becoming a very good bowler. Now I'm here on the PBA Tour and enjoying life, so I did something right.
So there is the Iceman this week. Rolled 30 games. How about that average? Just a shade under 239, and he went 11-5 in match play. So our title match, uninterrupted, is next. Svensson, Maldonado, going for a title.
The #1 seed has 8 PBA Tour titles. From Gothenburg, Sweden, Jasper Svensson.
The Iceman cometh.
Go.
His power is unmatched on the PBA Tour, and there's $1 million on the line for a 300 game in his match. He's the only southpaw on the show, and last night, many of the pros were saying Jasper has a shot.
And why does he have a shot? Why does everybody from tour reps, bowling experts, the pros think that he's due $1 million?
These 2 oil patterns fit his game perfectly. He loves them. He's the only left-hander on that side.
Mr. Maldonado in play for $1 million as well.
Sean's got a pretty good look too there. He's going to give Jasper all he wants.
Maldonado had 7 strikes en route to a 246. That 246, the high we've seen tonight. It was 16 pins better than Nick Pate. Look at his opening shot. Svensson, your 1 seed. We're still alive for $1 million.
Now listen, one of these players is looking to get their banner added. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Hall of Famer Jason Couch having 2 banners here as well.
Why does he have 2?
Well, because he won here twice. But you know why I'm mentioning that? Because he just sent me an ugly text during the commercial break.
Did he?
Yeah.
Can you share it with me?
No. Jason getting ready for the senior tour. I'm pretty excited about that. It'll be like printing money for him.
He's a good man, isn't
he? He is.
Svensson in the second. Back opening jacks for the Iceman.
Still alive.
I guarantee you, PBA, Fox, double checking the legal documents today. We're covered for this $1 million payday, right? Everything's going to be okay, because they had heard the hype about Svensson and everybody's belief that he's on track for perfection. Maldonado trying to match him. Messenger will not get the 10. So Maldonado will not get that $1 million payday. Yes, he would love it, but as a consolation prize, he will happily take his first tour title if he can get it tonight. All good. I just, I felt that one was trending a little east.
Bad angle.
Right?
Yeah.
So strike spare for the Candyman to start. Took care of Svensson twice this week. On the strike train.
Nice shot.
Fast.
If there's ever a player you'd like to see win for the first time, it'd be Sean Maldonado. He's a great guy, and when he was talking to us about his family, you could just see how important his family is to him, and it was a beautiful story that he told about his daughter and
daughter Mia.
Yep, be a feel-good story, but he's got his hands full with this guy right here. Whoa. Fox PBA, guess what? You saved $1 million.
You are clear.
Yeah.
For now.
We still have one more shot at it, though. World Championship. I'm sorry, Masters. No.
World Championship?
Yeah, I was right the first time.
Well, he's lucky. He just has to go after that 7. That 10 was putting up a fight for a while. Svensson looking for tour title number 9. Maldonado in pursuit of his first tour title. Look at the very thin arsenal of Jasper Svensson.
Yeah, one.
Pitch black, which frankly feels appropriate, particularly when you take a look at some of the ink that adorns his body.
Good point.
Bit of a tease there.
Man. Gotta be better than that.
Left the 6. Again, we'll see Svensson next week on our double show. Wednesday night, Nova, Seton Hall. I'm going to that game, Randy.
Are you?
Yeah, can't wait. Live here on FS1.
Seton Hall, #1 in the Big East.
You are correct, sir. Had a nice win today on Fox. Villanova lost at home to Providence. Big East, what a great basketball conference this season. Svensson curls that one in, takes care of the 6 pin, and he takes the seat. Up steps Maldonado. And Randy, you were talking about Maldonado and the family, and what triggered it is our question to him of, you know, hey, how's this season gone? And it was just kind of an exhale and rough. It's been a grind, you know, only my 2nd cash, not shooting bad, but I just haven't been strong enough. Trouble having a clear vision on the ways. He saw all 10 drop right there. His carry has been down, and he said, and being away from my family while I'm struggling just makes it that much worse. Negative thoughts start creeping in. He's got a new son, a 4-month-old, SJ, Sean Jr. at home with Mia, Dominic, and his wife, Dolores, and you know, you know what it's like to be away from the family on the tour. It is not easy, man, particularly if you happen to be struggling.
I was out on tour as a full-time player for about 27 years, and I'll tell you, there wasn't a worse feeling than being in a slump and being away from home.
Oh, get lucky.
Look out. Maybe. Nope. Well, good news for Svensson, not so much for Maldonado. One pin match if he covers.
And again, it's that left lane that has caused most of the issues tonight. Ray, let's take a look at some of the other finishers.
Yeah, man.
This week at the tournament. EJ Tackett, he'll be on the double show next week, finishing 7th. Belmo in 8th. Kyle Troup will also be on the double show.
How about Ryan Schaefer, bowls on the senior tour? Great.
Nice.
Great week for him.
Who's that guy who came in 15th? Never heard of him.
No idea.
There's Wes Malott in 16th.
Norm Duke finished 17th, tied with Greg Ostrander, and they had a roll-off, and Greg got in.
Jasper looks away.
Hated it, but he's going to love the result.
Well, I don't really like what's going on with his game, though. His last couple shots have kind of looked suspect.
There's Kyle. Oh, he's hanging with Pops.
Hanging with Pops, and
think they're having fun tonight?
Yeah, that's his doubles partner for next week.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about his dad.
No, Jesper.
Guppy was coming out of retirement.
His dad is his doubles partner tonight.
Tonight, yes. Look at that. Fear and Loathing in Indianapolis, written by Guppy. Svensson, just one re-rack remaining.
What's funny is back in the day, Guppy's hair looked exactly like Kyle's.
So good to see those two smiling after all they've been through lately.
Yep.
Svensson down one. We begin the sixth. Back-to-back jacks. Second pair of the title match for Svensson.
Youngest ever win the Tournament of Champions. And right now is looking for title number 9. He gets into that light hit zone. Yeah, you think he liked that one, Rob?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Good strike from Maldonado.
He's got some numbers that are fluctuating over there a little bit, but that ball faced the pocket nicely, got a little farther right. You can do that on this oil pattern. It's a little more forgiving than we've seen over the last 3 weeks.
He said he was kind of lucky to get where he is with how he bowled. And when I say that, I mean with the arsenal that he used. He said basically just used 2 balls through qualifying and match play.
Yeah.
Hooked on the right, straight on the left.
Yeah. 2 balls for the entire tournament.
Crazy.
Yeah, you think about the fact that he's probably got about 22 bowling balls in the locker room. He's probably drilled a couple more for the week. He used 2 balls all week. Those are some big eyes on that hit.
Yeah. So 2 in a row for Maldonado. 2 in a row for Svensson as well. Steps up now.
Lead back to Maldonado.
Nice. Tempting fate, Iceman.
That came back from Helsinki. Oh, wait, that's Finland.
Yeah, that's all right. The point was made. I get it. It was a good one.
This one is wide left, and it comes smoking off the edge of the gutter. That's a lot of pin action, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look away at the eyes.
That may be the best look ever.
Right? What do you want me to do?
Are you kidding me? Really?
Svensson working on a 3-bagger. Go. There's my man.
There's
my man.
Your main man.
I dig that kid. That kid's all right in my book. I'm going to give him a travel voucher. We're going to get him to Vegas and Reno.
Get him to travel the tour?
Yeah.
Homeschool?
Signs like that. I'll do it.
Okay.
Maldonado, down 19. Trying to match all these strikes from the Iceman, and now he's got 3 in a row. Oh, a little steely gaze there.
We got us a match.
We sure do, partner.
Exactly what you want, a title match. You have it come down in the 9th and 10th frame. Maldonado aces this. Man's never won a national title. He's been through a lot.
Sure has.
It's been a long road for this 33-year-old journeyman, 8th year on tour. Yeah, it looked like it was high immediately out of his hand.
So bad.
Right
so
here.
bad.
Four and a half left. Trajectory was not near far enough to the right. Too much up the lane.
It's not over.
Oh, no.
Not over by a long shot. He's got to take care of this, which he does.
But, I mean, you got to think that you can't give Jesper this, right? I mean, Jesper 9th and 10th. He takes it off the sheet. It's 268. Right now at 230. Maldonado's at 220. Svensson at 238. Maldonado's at 227. He's 0-3 all-time as top seed.
Crazy. He averages about 205.66. The opposition at 219 in those title matches. He's closing in on tour title number 9.
That puts him into the 240s. Max score for Maldonado, 237. You can see it right there. Watch this. The 4-pin is going to go to the sidewall and slap the 7 silly.
Svensson taking a re-rack, so he's out of re-racks right now.
This dude's cooler than a polar bear's feet. That's why his nickname is the Iceman. Right now, he's totally jacked on the inside, but you wouldn't know it.
Could be quite a run for Svensson. Remember, he's part of the number 1 seed next Sunday. Our double show with Kyle Troup, who's in attendance right now watching his doubles partner. A strike for the title.
Well, he's got to make this. If he misses, Maldonado can snatch victory away from Svensson in the 10th frame.
Yeah, didn't really catch that at the bottom.
The 3-5-6, and you heard him say it. I didn't really catch that at the bottom. Has to make this and get 3. The 3 he can handle. This spare, easy to chop.
Takes care of it. 3-5-6 in the pit. 3 pins separate him from a 9th tour title. Take your spare ball, throw it right down the middle.
He's far enough away from the gutter.
Still.
This one's going to be going.
This is me. This is me giving the advice to the Iceman.
Shaking.
This is going to be pretty straight up the lane. Trust me. Yep.
Needs 3. Gets all 10. Give him number 9.
What a great match. Coming down to the 10th frame with the drama. When he left the 3-5-6, covers it perfectly, and then 10 in the pit to seal the win. 9 wins at age 25.
It's been a while. It's been a longer drought than we expected. Maldonado closes out. He'll finish in 2nd place. Guppy and company hugging it out with the Iceman. There's Tim Mack in there.
Osku. Yeah, you got to feel for Sean. But it's nice to see him bowl and have such a nice week. He gave Jesper everything he wanted.
Well, Jesper's the man taking home the hardware.
Thank you, Storm, Bryce, Coolwick, Gav Bowen. You guys are the best. Jolene, I know you're watching. I love you, babe. Thank you for everything. Love you.
All right, Jesper, that was a super close match. Walk us through that 10th frame.
I can't remember, to be honest. You know, you really want to step up and get a strike, but I'll take the spare, I guess. Like, it wasn't the best of shots I've ever thrown, but it's enough, and I'll take it.
Well, you were so confident coming into this match. You even took a nap in the previous match. How much did that nap help you when you came out here?
The confidence boost always helps. Obviously, I bowled great in qualifying, but to come under the TV lights, it's something different. And these things are hard to win. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm happy. Thank you guys for coming out too. You guys had a best.
Congratulations on your 9th PBA Tour title.
Thank you. We did it.
245, 226, the victory for the Iceman, and get ready for another dose of the Iceman. You'll see him next Sunday, noon Eastern, right here on FS1 and also streaming on the Fox Sports app. It's the Roth Holman PBA Doubles Championship. A win tonight in prime time. You tack on a win next week, and all of a sudden, Jasper Svensson, hello, Player of the Year conversation. Svensson, the 1 seed, wins another title, his 9th of his career, and the Swedish phenom does it from the 1 seed spot. He'll try and do it from the 1 seed spot as well next Sunday. Good job by that young man. Hope to see him back in Indy. Svensson.